I mean, I don't know what to say. I guess those lifts just kind of shows that I'm kind of burnt out. I guess the whole week, I guess a lot of stuff has kind of been on my mind. I don't know, it's just kind of like this, again, it's kind of more like a documentation of what my life is. I guess more so like what a 20-year-old is kind of doing, and kind of the dream to try and pursue being some influencer. I don't know, but I'd like to make this, like I like to make cinematic stuff and I like to make videos, but when it comes to just training and stuff, you know, I don't know if anyone feels like this as well, but like they want to be successful so bad, that's like it's all that they can think about. But it's like, as me as a Christian, you know, I don't want to worship that. So when it comes to this stuff, it's just hard to take like a kind of combat back to that. You know, like usually 405 moves a lot better for me during that, but you know, I have so many things going on during the week, whether it's like the job wise and just work, it just wears you down to then get to this point where you're trying to like still improve on your personal hobbies, and that's definitely not the most satisfying. So it's like I'm still glad I can eat, like God has given me the strength to be able to even do this weight, because I remember looking back, like when I first started, I dreamed of even picking up this weight. So I don't know, it just didn't feel like RPE like 7, it felt like 8 or 9 today. Like it wasn't the easiest by any means, but I don't know. It's just kind of struggling recently when it comes to these lifts, or just in general, just thinking of so many things I want to do. Like I want to start an online coaching business. I want to get better at my own lifts. I want to make sure I'm not getting too fat on this bulk, because last bulk I got really, really big and I did not want to be that big, necessarily, like in a bad way. Like, of course I want to be big, but not in that type of way, if you know what I mean. And I don't know, lots of things going on in my mind. So I don't know, maybe you guys can relate to this, maybe you guys don't. Any tips? Of course, I'm open to anything, because I'm always open for learning. So I'm just like you. Well, maybe you know more than me. You probably do. I mean, I'm not the most wise person when it comes to just really everything. Just I could learn everything. I could use a lot. I could learn. But when it just comes to this stuff, I don't know. Just like when it comes to lifting, when it comes to, of course, really anything. I guess my faith first, then like lifting, and then like thinking of all these things, trying to do good, trying to do myself better, trying to improve on my hobby, trying to do film, trying to do social media, trying to start a business, trying to do this stuff, and trying to start my own like in-person business and personal training, trying to make sure that's running, trying to make sure I'm taking care of these people, trying to make sure I have the right workout programs written out, making sure I'm not letting them down, making sure I'm giving them what they're paying for, and then trying to make sure I'm on top of all that, to make sure my diet's good. It's just kind of weighing me down right now. So I don't know what to do. I have so many things I want to do, but I just can't keep up with it. And you know, sometimes I'll struggle with OCD, and I'll be like doing the same thing over and over again, so it wastes a lot of my time. And that's like another mental disability I guess I'm maybe working through. And people laugh at that, and they're like, "Oh no, that's just get out of your head." Like, no, it's really bad. If you do have that condition, then I do sympathize with you, because it can really like hurt you, like to the point where you're trying to get out of the shower in a certain way, and you can't get out of the shower unless you wash the right side of your hand 3 times, and it gets really niche and specific and draining like that. So other little niches. I don't want to make this just a video about complaining, but just keeping it real with just daily struggles. And maybe you're the same person, you have a lot of ambitions, and you can just see the other side of wanting to do it, but you're just like, you're not there. You can see that, okay, literally all I need to do is just do it. And I feel the same way. Like when it comes to social media, I'll see these people, they're just making, and they got the Lambos, whatever. I don't really care about that too much. I just care about like wanting to be, you know, like my own person. I want to be free like that. Of course, everyone wants financial freedom, or just a freedom in general. Like I think I said this in another video, where I want to pretty much read my Bible, and I want to just go to the gym. I want to go to the gym and just record my videos, and then just edit, and then just get my meals in. That's literally it. And that would be a pretty sick way of living, I would say. That's really all I'd want to do. But when it just comes to how many things I want to do, it's hard to just try and break them. It's like if you're like me and you have so many ambitions, maybe it's not social media, maybe it's something else. Maybe you want to be like a business owner of some different sort. Maybe you want to be, I don't know, selling solar. Maybe you're selling something else. Maybe, I don't know, some other product, a clothing business. That's what a lot of people do. And when it comes to that stuff, maybe you're just on that side of the wall, or like that window. You can see everyone else on the other side who's made it, and you can see yourself, and you just feel like, yes, I can do it, but your body won't move. And it almost feels like you're in a dream where, what is that called? A lucid dream, where like you can move in it, or maybe it's like you're stuck, whatever that dream is, like you're paralyzed. You can't move, but you can see everything going on. It kind of almost feels like that in life, where like you can see everything going on, and you want to do something, but you literally can't. Like that's kind of what I'm feeling right now when it comes to trying to chase and do my hobbies right, and trying to like pursue all these businesses and making sure they're flourishing or even trying to start a business, anything like that. So I don't know, maybe you're like me, maybe you relate to that, maybe you don't, I don't know. But that was kind of the main lift today. I was honestly supposed to do a squat bench deadlift day, but just coming in here, I'm gonna only be able to lift with like one lift. Like at the end of the deadlift, you can see my head shaking because I'm like, nope, that's all it is. Sometimes you just gotta call it, and sometimes it's just like you just know when it's like it's time to go. Like I'm either gonna injure myself and I'm not gonna enjoy this time here. So why am I here? So I'm just gonna finish out with probably some cardio and probably call it a day. Especially because yesterday, I didn't eat the best. I had like, I love sweets. I'm a big sweet tooth guy. I could eat 6K calories, 7K calories in a day, no problem. Probably more like 6K. And I would love it. Most people have I hear all these people just complaining about how they have to gain in calories. I'm like, I'm eating about 3,800 a day to try and gain like a half pound to a pound a week, and they're like complaining about eating that much. I'm like, dude, that is a gift to be able to eat that much, and it's a blessing from God to be able to even have the resources to eat that much. But it's like, they think it's hard to eat that much. I just don't agree with that. I think it's so easy. I could literally like, one cookie or like one pancake or something like that is like 700 calories or something like that, and like a couple legs, boom, you're already at 1,000 calories. I could destroy 3 of those in one sitting. I don't know, maybe I'm just naturally a fat ogre, something like that. I could just eat a lot, I guess. But I don't know, just kind of going to my main track or line of thinking, I guess if you're like me, I guess what I'm telling myself and what I'm hearing from some other people that have already made it, I'm not saying that I have made it, but I guess I'll relay their information. And I guess I'm telling you and myself, don't give up because you're not there yet. And of course, there's a verse in the Bible where it says, you will see the fruits of your labor. I can't quote it yet. I probably should try and remember. I think it's a proverb where it's like, you will sow what you reap, or you'll reap what you sow, and you will see the fruits of your labor. So I'm trying to tell myself that, and just keep grinding, and eventually keep sticking with it, and you will see the fruits of your labor. You will see success at it. Not necessarily that's the main point. You shouldn't just go for financial stuff, but you should go to help people. That's what I'm telling myself too. Because sometimes I'll get caught up in the numbers, like, oh, I made this much, or I'm thinking, okay, how much can I make from this person? When it's like, people can tell if you're looking at them like a paycheck, but instead flipping your perspective and looking like, how much can I help that person? But then with me, I'm thinking this. I'm trying to keep the financials in a smart space in my head where I'm not necessarily putting them first, but I'm keeping them logical. Like, of course, I still want to do good with that, but I don't want them to make that the center. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but the bunch of things that are going in my mind, because it's like someone who's trying to move out eventually, someone who's not trying to be pampered his whole life. Like, I don't want to be just living at home forever. I don't want to be that kid who's handed everything, but at the same time, it's hard to not be handed everything. So it's like, you're just battling this. But that's just kind of the things I'm struggling with. Maybe you guys are feeling the same, so just know you're not alone when it comes to that stuff. But that was kind of the main lift today. I guess bench and squat are probably not going to happen because I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to hurt myself or anything like that as well. This is my main rest day, quote unquote. It's like Saturday. I just got weekends off, and this is like my second weekend or something like that I have off. And like when I sleep, I get to sleep in. I sleep in. I could sleep like 14 hours if I really wanted to. Maybe I'm just naturally really lazy. I don't know. But like today, I would go to bed like just before like 1 a.m. and then I woke up at like 2 p.m. and then I can just sleep really, really hard. But like during the week, as a trainer, so a lot of people want to go up and get up early, and they want to train before they go to work. So I have to be there by 5 or 6 a.m. Like being there, not just waking up at that time. And so I'm like, well, I guess Saturday, like even when I wake up, I'll just fall back asleep because I'm just so drained. I don't know. This shouldn't be just like a sob story, but a lot of you guys probably have it harder than me. Like maybe if you do some type of physical labor and you have to be at work by 5, and then it's wintertime, you're working out, you're working the whole time, your hands are freaking numb, you just can't feel them. Or if it's something else, maybe you're doing like a mill job and you're just pulling chain or doing something way more physical and harder than me. So that kind of helps me when I compare myself to those people who definitely have it harder, or like a third world country person, and that kind of makes me feel better. But I don't know, it's just a line I'm trying to find with all of this, where I can just shut up and then start working towards it, and then getting rid of the distraction and then actually doing it. So that's just kind of my thoughts recently. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I want to make more videos like this eventually. I want to make more cinematic stuff. I want to keep it real as well. And maybe this is just kind of an inside cinematic kind of documentation of what I guess a Christian powerlifter or power builder's life as like a young adult, I guess. Maybe that's kind of what this is. Still trying to figure that out, but as of now, this is kind of more of a documentation of, so I can look back on this and maybe you guys can relate to this and maybe find some entertainment and joy or relation or comfort from these type of videos, knowing that you're not alone. And of course, a good message too would be to know if you're like going through all this stuff, at least you must have this. You must have Jesus as your rock, because you can always go back to him and lean on him when it comes to times like this. I'll remember certain verses in my head where I can just go back to him, and it's really comforting knowing that I'm not lost in this. There's ultimately a purpose to this pain, and that's something that I want you to know if you don't know that already, because Jesus does have a plan for you. He has a plan for me. But it's just hard at times to see that when the storm just gets right in your face. That's all you want to focus on. You don't want to fall in the water like Peter did, and that's because he took his eyes off Jesus. And that's unfortunately what I fall into a lot of times. That's probably what you fall into a lot of times. So just know that you have that one who is looking out for you. God does have a plan for your life, and he does love you. But make sure you keep your eyes on him. And I guess I gotta tell myself the same thing. But anyhow, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.